What's up, speedrunners? Welcome to the Style Labs Barebones Drill SGDQ application. In this video, I'll be taking you through a run of the Barebones Drill run by myself, Style Lakes. I'll be playing Lissandra, and I'll be taking you guys through the aspects of the Barebones Drill as we do so. Now, the Barebones Drill is a solo drill run on the Howling Abyss. It is time scored and CS scored. And your objective is to push down the enemy inhibitor as fast as possible while maintaining the highest possible creep score, all while using no items, no runes, and no masteries, hence the name Barebones. Now, this drill has a lot of advantages for an event like SGDQ. Not only is it a speed-based version of one of the most popular games in the entire world, but it also has a lot of unique applications that we can apply to the live streamed event at SGDQ. Things like allowing highest donors throughout the drill runs to come on stream and feature themselves live, as well as maybe challenging professional players to run their specifically coined champions, Bjergsen on Zed, Dyrus on Gnar, things like that. Have them run the champions from their lanes and from the most coined champions of their career. Have them join us on stream and have them run those champions for the audience. Things just to make the viewing experience more enjoyable. Now, Lissandra is a very AoE-oriented champion. She has the ability to fit many enemies inside of each of her spells, so that's going to be my main objective here for this Barebones Drill, is to ensure that I can get as many minions as possible inside of my AoE abilities to ensure that my damage is maximized. That first wave didn't go too poorly for me. I got 5 out of 6 minions. Missed one. It was just a simple mechanical error on the last hit. And I'm going to open up every wave in a very similar fashion as I'm doing now. I open with an E. It's a line skill shot. I make sure I get the minions early by positioning myself aggressively. And by doing that, I can assure that I can get the damage spread to all 6 or 7 of those minions in the enemy wave. And then from there, I will follow up with W's and Q's accordingly. Same goes with auto attacks. W's, Q's, and auto attacks accordingly in order to ensure that I get the maximum amount of last hits and the fastest clear. This third wave is an important one because it's the first siege minion wave. I got a nice spread of E and Q damage there, and from here I'm very low on mana, so it's going to be very difficult for me. This is one of the aspects that Lissandra brings in the Barebones Drill that a lot of players can truly expand upon, and that is resource management. I am taking Clarity as one of my summoner spells, and that's one of the things I didn't mention here, is that any summoner spell is fine in the Barebones Drill. There are a few that won't quite work because they're only champion targeted, and it is a 1 versus 0 drill, but most of the summoner spells do have applications here in the Barebones Drill. I didn't end up getting as many last hits as I would have liked off of that last wave. There are 19 minions available in the first 3 waves. I only ended up getting 12, which is unfortunate. And as I clear out this wave, I'll let you know what the purpose is of the Barebones Drill. So we developed this Barebones Drill here at Style Labs in order to give players a space and give players a new way to practice League of Legends away from the variables that come from playing against other players. And within the constraints that we've built for the Barebones Drill, no items, no runes, no masteries, 1 versus 0, and on the Howling Abyss, you can open up a lot of content. Every single champion can be run, every single champion can be time scored and CS scored, and every single champion can develop scores for the drill runs, thus allowing us to isolate whatever aspects of the game that whichever player needs to improve on, whether it be the CS or the duration, CS percentage, things like that. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, it is showing the drill score for one of my previous runs on Lissandra. I ran at 6 minutes and 47 seconds at 57 CS. That's one that I'm trying to beat here in this run. Now, this wave is also a very important one, and I didn't quite mention it fast enough, but it is the ultimate wave. The way the Barebones Drill orients itself, and we just got kind of lucky on this when we developed it, is that you do hit level 6 before a siege minion wave, which means that there's a siege minion wave is where there's one extra minion, and it's much stronger than the others. Champions get their ultimates, they hit that level 6 power spike right as soon as a siege minion wave is approaching. So many champions like Lissandra, who gets a nice big AoE ability as her ultimate, can take advantage and can clear out those waves very quickly, thus saving themselves a lot of time. I did a great job in that last wave of actually utilizing my ultimate and getting that entire wave cleared out. 4 minutes and 30 seconds in, I've already begun my siege on the second tower. That's quite important. I flash here simply to reposition myself because I do want to get that damage spread as far as possible. If I had waited an extra couple of seconds there, I would have had to deal with those minions when they were not in their aggressive formation. And right there was a good example of getting the minions all down to a low enough health where 1Q or 1W or 1E can get all of the last hits. I got 4 last hits on 1Q there, and that's another good example of not only damage maximization but also resource management. I wouldn't have wanted to cast more than one spell in order to get all 4 of those last hits. Therefore, I oriented my damage in order to ensure that I would get more than one with that single spell. Now, I've been taken fairly low here, and this is a dangerous situation for me, but I most likely can clear out this wave. It looks like it's going to be the case. I got all the little minions cleared out, and I believe one more attack from that super minion would have killed me here, so, or that siege minion, excuse me, probably would have killed me, but I got a little lucky there. This wave is important as well, and that clear on the tower was extremely important because that brings us into our next point of meta here on the Barebones drill. As you can see, I do have one siege minion, the larger minion with the cannon, attacking the inhibitor, which is our final push here. The timer stops once the inhibitor goes down. This is our final push, and we do in fact have a fairly healthy siege minion attacking it. I'm going to orient myself and my positioning now to ensure that that siege minion continues attacking the inhibitor for as long as possible. I have my ultimate back up. I can clear this next wave out extremely quickly and then proceed to down the inhibitor while also having all 6 of the CS from that wave. The next wave spawns in about 11 seconds from now, and that should be plenty of time considering how many minions I have alongside of myself attacking this inhibitor to take it down. There we go, 628 at 54 was my score here. So that's just an example of the Barebones drill and what it is that we would be doing at SGDQ. As I mentioned, there's a lot of different applications that we can bring for you guys to the event, things like allowing viewers to join us and feature themselves running the Barebones drill alongside my commentary and feedback, something similar to what you just had there. I've got quite a bit of experience doing it. We run a series here at Style Labs called Performance Labs, where we have our members of our community come in and feature themselves running the Barebones drill alongside my commentary, something very similar to what we would be doing at SGDQ. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you know, I would be really excited to be able to come down and feature the Barebones drill at SGDQ, and I think it'd be a great thing for you guys, and it could pull in a lot of excitement for League of Legends and a lot of excitement for SGDQ, because we will be implementing a game that usually the game style isn't usually seen there. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you at SGDQ. Thanks again.